2024 Toyota Tundra First Service. Got that coming up next. Bill from Tundra Nation Basics here. If you like the content of this video or anything on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With that, let's begin. My Toyota Tundra just turned 5,000 miles and it was time for its first service. As you know, the 5,000 mile service includes a fluid top off and rotation of tires and inspection. What I wanted done in addition to that was to go ahead and do a oil and filter change. That's something I'm going to be doing every 5,000 miles. And in addition to that, I needed a couple of other items addressed. I was having an issue with the cameras and the backup camera specifically not having the grid lines back there, and then all of the cameras not really functioning properly. The other question that I had was, it's been 6 months and I've not received a second key fob yet. So let's go ahead and follow that visit to the dealership this past weekend. On our way over to the dealership, we're taking the Tundra in for its first service. And what we're going to do at 5,000 miles, I'm also going to do an oil and filter change. And you'll listen to me as I talk to the service advisor. So let's get this show on the road here. My beautiful wife is following me to the dealership here. One of the things I'll expound upon it before we get to the dealership. We're going to go ahead and during the 5,000 mile service, I've decided to go ahead and do an oil and filter change. And on top of that, we're going to have them look. I'm having an issue with the camera. It first manifested itself with a message about the trailer guide. And I mentioned that when I set the appointment online. Also, I want to have them go ahead and see if they could take care of the key fob for me as well, because I purchased the Tundra back at the end of December 2023, and it's now been 6 months and I don't have a second key fob. So I want to see if we can go ahead and get that addressed. Also, when they do the oil and filter change, I want them to go ahead and take a look at it, at the oil filter itself, to see if there's any metal shavings in it. Because again, you know, I do know that there was an update to the update about the recall for the Tundra. So I want them to be on top of that and take a look at that. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go into the dealership here. We should probably get there in about 20 minutes. Let's take a look and see if we can see behind me. If you can see behind me that vehicle, that's my wife. Now we're headed for some of the mayhem here on US 301, and this road is just leaves a lot to be desired for those of you that know where I live here in Central Florida. It's just, it's a real show. Well, take a look and see who's behind me here. It's the beautiful one. How about that? Yeah, my wife drives a Corolla Cross, and I'm so thankful that she has that. She traded in a 2009 Saturn Vue, whose air conditioner had died. She ended up getting it at the same dealership as I did from the same salesperson, who unfortunately is no longer there, but they still take great care of me at Courtesy Toyota. Okay, we're still hooked up here. We're about halfway to the dealership right now. This road that we're on, it's US 301 northbound right here. And what's very interesting about this is when I first moved here about 13 years ago, this was a 2-lane road. They expanded it to 3 lanes on each side, which is great because of the growth out in our area, which is nice. But one of the things that they've done is they've added a lot of, we'll call these left-hand turn lane options here, and without lights, and people have to make have to cut across 3 lanes of traffic to make a left in some of these spots, and they've actually blocked it out because there's just been way too many accidents here. It's just been absolutely insane. And the speed limit on this road varies from 55 to 45 to 50. It changes without warning on here, and it's absolutely insane. Some people refer to this road as Mad Max Thunderdome, and I can completely understand why. Tailgating and lane changes without notice and speeding and every kind of thing that you've ever been taught to do, people do the exact opposite on this road for some reason. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So, oh well. I'm gonna get, I think I want to get a, it's called bullet point mount, and it mounts right up on top of the dash. There's a spot in the dash, there's a tray there, and it also has a spot for what we would refer to as a cigarette lighter. It's right on top of the display screen. I think I'm going to go ahead and get that because I'd like to probably mount the camera up there for when I do this, so I don't have to hold it by hand. I think that would be fantastic if I did that. Coming up to another not so nice intersection here. There is easy access to the interstate here, which is nice, and also to a road which we refer to as Crosstown or the Selman Expressway. That makes it easy to get to downtown Tampa proper and also to the airport. However, that's not the preferred way of going on. There's a curve there. You have to slow down from 55, 65 to about 35 to go around that curve properly. Unfortunately, a few months ago, I believe someone had an accident there, and it was not a good outcome from my understanding. So we avoid that anytime we try to get on Crosstown. We head down this way. We're actually going to go past that here on 301. Now the dealership we're heading to, courtesy Toyota, they used to have multiple separate buildings for the dealership, and it was a nightmare. There was service for new vehicles, there was service for warranty work building, there was a new car sales building. It was very confusing going there. And about maybe 3 years or 4 years ago, they tore everything down, tore the old buildings down, and did their thing out of trailers for a while, and they built a new dealership, and it is one of the nicest Toyota dealerships you're ever going to want to see. It's absolutely fantastic in there. They did a great job all the way around. Nice big area to wait for service. Their sales area is very nice and very comfortable. Just plenty of desks there for salespeople. It's absolutely fantastic. They did a great job there. You know, we're coming up on the entrance to Crosstown that we would take if we were to go on Crosstown. I used to go to work that way, and that's also the way to go to the airport in Tampa, and also if you're going to downtown Tampa for any reasons. And lo and behold, there's some raindrops here. Wow. I am actually kind of amazed at that. We have not had a lot of rain. We're under water restrictions right now. And we're following a Tacoma, believe it or not. I'm going to go through here. I know my wife's going to yell at me, but won't be the first time, and it won't be the last. And we actually will enter the dealership from the side from 301 instead of from Adamo Drive. It's much easier to do that. It's almost impossible to make the left off of Adamo Drive into the dealership. You can do it, you're just going to have to wait for a while. I think this is much easier, although you got to watch for traffic coming off of Adamo Drive coming on to 301 North. Let's hope we'll be okay with that here. Take a look over there. There's the dealership. Ended up with a great salesperson. I really like him a lot. Creighton is his name. He was one of the first salespeople to take their time with me to show me all the functionality of the vehicle, especially going from a Highlander to a Tundra. needed to get a heads up on everything I needed to know, and he did a fantastic job. He was thorough, took his time, went over everything. Really, really, really like what he did. Very pleased with him. And it's the same sales manager too, and they know me, and they work with me, and they were absolutely fantastic. This is good. There is somebody coming, but we're just going to scoot here and get off. Okay, did that without any problem. Now they have a nice area over here on this side of the building for deliveries, but they have so many deliveries they have to do quite a bit of them out front as well. They got a Tundra there. They got a lot of Tacomas. The new Tacomas out on the dealership. It's early because there's not a lot of people here, which is okay by me. And let's do our thing here. Okay, we're gonna wait until it can pull up here. So, good morning.
How are we doing today?
Good.
Good. You here for service?
Yeah, 9 o'clock appointment.
9 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll have you hang tight for just a moment or two in your truck here.
Not a problem.
One of the advisors, they'll be right out to get you checked in. Okay.
Sounds good. Have to laugh. The dealership sent me an email. We can appraise your car while it's in for service. Oh, well, you know, I've only had my Tundra for 6 months, and I'm really kind of planning on keeping it a lot longer than 6 months. So lots of activity up here. Maybe somebody's coming down here to talk to me. So I think they have like intakers to get the information, and then they give that to the service advisor. I think that's how they do things here. Like I said, they're probably the largest dealership in the area, and you can take a look and see they have every lane is filled and there's cars everywhere. So I like that. One of the things they do a good job here is they walk around the vehicles. They don't want to be liable for any dings or dents or anything. Okay, I got the key off the key fob, or off my chain here. So, and again, that's one of the things I hope we get a second key fob. My beautiful wife has been asking me about that forever. So lots and lots and lots of activity here. They do have a huge service area, the actual area where they service cars. They do a great job with that.
Thank you for your patience.
Sure thing. They're very attentive here. There was another dealership I purchased some Toyotas from. You could be sitting in the drive-thru for 20 minutes and they wouldn't acknowledge you. They do acknowledge you here, so that is a very, very, very good thing. I'm very, very thankful for that. Seeing if the boss is back there. Nope. At least I don't see her. All right, looks like we're gonna move up here, maybe. Well, one of the things they don't do here is run your car through the wash at the end. And that's okay with me because I get mine washed at Bubble Down and I have a membership over there, so I'd much rather do that than have them run it through here. I trust Bubble Down to do a good job, and they have it's all soft cloth. So we'll take a look and see here. Hopefully we'll get going. One thing is I really want to emphasize them to take a look at that oil filter after they do the oil change today.
Hey, so how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, welcome to Toyota. What brings us in today?
First service at 5,000 miles.
Perfect.
Okay, and I want to go ahead and do an oil change today.
Okay.
I do know it's supposed to be 10. I do want to get it at 5.
Okay.
And this is important. I do know that there's been a recall on the Tundras for engine shavings. I want them to check the oil filter for shavings and report that.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. If you don't mind doing me a favor, if you could pull all the way forward here.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
And I wonder if he's going to talk to me again or I'm going to get somebody else. We'll find out.
Morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing today?
Good.
Good. What can I do for you, sir?
In for the first service for 5,000 miles.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now I do want an oil and filter change. I'd like to get that done.
Gotcha.
And also, I know about the recall on the Tundras.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I want them to check the filter to see if there's any shavings in it.
The oil filter?
The oil filter, yes, because I know that's been a problem. I looked at Toyota Service Bull, and I have my own YouTube channel, and I'm a
Sure. Yeah.
kind of an expert on that. The other thing is my camera. I'm having an issue with the backup camera. Take a look here. All right. I'm only getting that. I'm getting that. And then I had an error message with a trailer guide that popped up on the dash here too. So I wanted to get that looked at.
All right. Trailer message error. As far as the camera, we're missing the 360?
Yeah, missing the 360. And the other thing is, and I did call an 800 number for Toyota, and they told me to mention it. I purchased this in December last year here at the dealership.
Sure.
I don't have a second key fob yet.
You don't have the second key. Okay, I can check on that for you.
Yeah, if you could, that'd be great. Here's the key. Here's the key point, by the way.
Perfect.
The one and only.
Perfect. Okay. Yours is a non-hybrid, I assume.
It is a hybrid.
It's a hybrid?
It is a hybrid, yes.
So I'll double check. So how the bulletin is working is it's applying to, as far as the engine shavings and everything, if I'm not mistaken, it's applying towards the non-hybrid models.
Right, I did read that.
So I will have them take a look. I'll see if I can get a technician to cut open the filter for you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Now the first service, as you might know, 5,000 miles. We usually just do the rotation,
right.
top off the fluids. I'll add the oil change on there for you. So we'll get that knocked out for you. Were you planning on waiting here? Do you want
No, I'm going to be leaving it.
Okay. Do you have a ride or do you need a ride?
I do have a ride.
Perfect. That works. Did you purchase the truck here?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So we'll have your information on file. What's a good phone number for you? What's your last name, sir?
It's Bill.
Perfect. We're not waiting. You said. Let's see. She's been good to you so far. Otherwise. No
Absolutely. Except for that camera issue, it's been stellar. Gas mileage has been great.
Good. That works.
Zero complaints. Well, it's so much so, I'm probably going to end up buying it when the lease is over. That's how much it's.
I got you. How long is your lease?
3-year lease, yeah.
I got you. Okay. All right. Well, let me have you pull all the way forward if you don't mind. And
Sure
then
thing.
We'll head over to my desk and we'll get you checked in there.
Sounds good. I actually ended up getting a hybrid by accident.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I bought several vehicles here at the dealership.
Yes, sir.
And they told me, they said, well, you know, I wanted the same, everything the same that's on there right now. And they said it could be another 6 months or so. And I said, well, you know, I'm not real crazy about that. So, and I said, now what about if I had a hybrid option? And they said, well, that changed the whole ballgame. They were easier to find than the non-hybrids, believe it or not.
That is surprising.
That really surprised me. I was kind of shocked by that. Well, see, a lot of people don't know. They think, you know, oh, you can go to a Toyota, you can order one. Well, it doesn't work like that.
Not particularly.
No,
it's a very difficult process.
It is it's not an easy process to understand. It's not like, you know, you walk into a Ford or General Motors dealership and, oh, you know, here's $500, order me the vehicle kind of thing. It doesn't work like that here.
It's based on, you know, allocation, what's available from Toyota, the whole deal.
Well, the big reason I also do business here is because, as I've been told, this is the #1 dealership in the area. Oh, yeah.
And then that Ford dealership down the road, it's usually competing for #1 in the nation. I think they're back and forth with the dealer in California, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
They do a ton. They got a bunch of lots on the strip here full of cars.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Well, my wife got her Corolla Cross here, too.
Okay, I got
because of my experience.
I got you. Now, from what I can see on your truck here, there's no open recalls that I'm seeing. If you want to take a look, you're more than welcome.
Right. I know there isn't anything that's going on right now. Okay. How much is the oil change itself?
That much oil out the door with tax, the whole deal. It's a little pricey. You're looking at just around $99.
Okay. You know what? Let's at this time. I'm gonna just let's do the 10,000 to include that. Yeah.
And that will close out the 5,000.
Okay.
We'll jump to the 10,000. That'll cover your oil rotation inspection, topping off all.
And then probably next time I'll go ahead and pay for that. But no, that gives me an idea. I was kind of figuring that's how much it was, but yeah. If he can cut it open, great. If not, just go ahead and have him save it. Yeah.
Trailer message you had. We're missing the 360 cam. I'll check on the second key status for you. From what I can see, I don't think it's available yet on your truck, but I'll follow up and just double check.
Okay.
And and then 10,000 mile service and save the filter on that 10,000.
Sounds good.
Now it won't take a little bit of time because I got to get one of the technicians to look into the camera deal and everything. Likely ready by this afternoon. Is that okay with you?
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
Perfect. I'll text you to keep you updated. I'll call you when it's ready.
Perfect. Okay, we are here at First Watch. I was told I dropped it off right around 9 o'clock, and they took about 15-20 minutes, but service advisor did an outstanding job, and I expect it's going to take a few hours. We're probably going to have to end up going home and then coming back to the dealership to get this taken care of. So that's kind of where things are, and we're going to enjoy a great morning breakfast, relax here for a little bit, and we'll give you an update. The service advisor told me he's going to text me updates throughout the process here. So, but he said be prepared, especially for the camera. It's going to take a little bit to go ahead and get that fixed. So, heading into the dealership here. I got a call that Tundra's ready. There it is. Tundra's down there. So let's go in and talk to the service advisor, see what's going on here. There it is. Good, how are you?
Good. All right, let me get your keys and paperwork. Just a second here.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I had to look into that issue with the 360 camera.
Yeah?
He sent a video, I don't know if you've seen the inspection that he sent over, but it was working perfectly for him.
Really?
Yeah, I'll show you the video that he sent me as well.
Yeah, I saw the video. It got sent to me, so.
He said he didn't run into any problems or anything. He tried to duplicate it, and then we checked the car for any stored DTCs, meaning if the car shows a code or warning that's detrimental, if you will, it'll store it, and we can read it at a later time. It didn't have any of those.
Okay.
So I spoke to him about the trailer issue. He said that actually, if you bump, even if you just bump the trailer button and there's nothing hooked up, it'll give you that warning.
It'll give you that warning, okay.
So he believes that that's what happened.
Okay.
Let me get your paperwork. I got your filter here for you as well.
Okay.
You all set? Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, about the key fob, any?
Yes, so how it's issued is when a key fob is available, Toyota issues it on your vehicle as a recall.
Okay.
That way you get a notice in your mail right away.
Gotcha.
So as soon as you get that notice, that's when it'll be available to us. Don't come in right away, just give us a call first so we can make sure we have it in stock.
Right. Now that's going to be like a couple hours to program it, right?
Takes, yeah, about an hour of programming. All in, it's between a 2 to 3 hour deal.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
All right. Let me get your paperwork and everything.
And I found it. You can't miss it because it's red.
Yeah, I got you. It's easier that way.
Well, it's like
gray, black, and white.
Yeah, well, you know what I said? Toyota goes overload on gray and silver. Good Lord.
Most commonly
black,
sold one.
everything in here
Yeah.
is gray or
It's a lot easier for people to choose that color than something a little more bold like the red one. Don't get me wrong, if I could get my truck in the blue color I wanted, I would have, but gray was the only available color at the time.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. What you got to do.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know.
absolutely. All right, I'll go over this with you here real quick.
Okay. Sure.
Let's see, so the first line here is the note, just to save the oil filter.
Okay.
So you can inspect it. Second being the 360 cam, and then here he has noted the 360 camera operating as designed, no repair needed at the time.
Okay.
And then the trailer error message, no DTC stored at the time, no repair required. 10,000 mile service, that being an oil change and tire rotation that was taken care of for you.
Perfect.
And then today's service visit at no charge.
Perfect.
All I need on this one is a signature, and then I'll get you your copy that reiterates the same thing.
Okay. So typically, how long has it been to get that second key fob? I mean, I've heard 3 months. I've heard 6 months. I've heard 8 months.
I want to say back in the day, but back in the day was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, when after COVID, after everything started and shortages were at their peak, it was taking around 6 months.
Okay.
I had one person wait, I think 8 months, if I'm not mistaken, but six months was what it was taking. As of late, it's only been a couple. I've seen them 3 to 4 months. And some cars, depending on how old the inventory is, Toyota's already issued the key fob for it. So by the time they get the car, they only wait like 3 weeks and it's already available. So I've seen a couple months at this point.
Yeah, we're going on 6 months now, so.
I gotcha. So I'm just around that ballpark. expecting that by next service visit, it should be available at that point.
Okay.
It should be a reasonable
All right.
visit, and we'll look into it at the time as well. You can always call us with your VIN number too. Well, since you've been here with your phone number truthfully, and we'll be able to check if it's available at the time.
Cool.
All right, this is your copy of the paperwork that reiterates everything that I went over with you, including the same technician's notes. That way, if there's an issue later on, we can always refer back to the paperwork.
Perfect.
Right here, keep it this way up, if you can.
Okay.
That's the old oil filter that came out of it.
It's so tiny.
It is.
Wow.
It is.
I'm surprised how, yeah.
Well, it's a 3.5 liter V6. The old oil filters used to be for a 5.7 liter V8, so there's a lot more oil going through. Don't get me wrong, the truck still takes 7-point-something quarts of oil, so it's still quite a bit. The older motors, the V8s, took even more oil than that. So that's for you to keep. Did you have any other questions for me?
I'm good. You have any questions?
All right. You saw where she's parked at?
Yep.
That was for you.
Perfect.
All right. You're good to go. Just be careful here. And then if you run into issues later on, just give me a call so I can take care of it.
Well, here we are. The service is finished. Of course, it's so easy to pick this baby out of the lot, but all in all, sounds good. Okay, we're waiting here in the service area as apparently they didn't do a thorough checkout on the camera. It's still not working properly. It's not getting the grid lines during the backup view and not getting any of the other cameras. The technician came, we drove the truck back in to the service bay. The service advisor got the technician and he took a brief look at it and he said he's going to take it back and take a look at it. So currently we're kind of on hold in a holding pattern right now. So we'll see what goes on here, just kind of in limbo. Hopefully this will get taken care of. You know, one of the things I'm concerned about is, you know, they said it was okay, but they didn't obviously do a full checkout of the camera system, and a full checkout of the camera system would have indicated that it's not okay. So we're on hold and we'll see what goes on here. Okay, so the latest I found out from the service advisor is that instead of checking the main computer, they're checking all the computers, and one of them is having an intermittent issue, and they're going to try a fix, and if it doesn't work, they're going to order a new radio head unit, and we're still waiting here this afternoon. It's probably been over an hour that we've been waiting. We did not plan on this at all. Now, one of the items I didn't film at the dealership, but to give you an update, was they determined that the issue with the cameras was the driver's side mirror camera was not working. So they went ahead and ordered a new part, and I'll have a follow-up service this week, and we'll have another video on that as well. One of the other things that I wanted to show you was I asked them to keep the oil filter so I can go ahead and inspect it afterwards to see if there's any metal shavings in it. Let's go ahead and roll that clip. As you can see here, I let the oil filter drain in this plastic container, and the results were very good. Let's go ahead and take a look using the straw right here. I'm looking for metal shavings in there, and I'm really not finding any. Let's look at the tip of the straw, which is good news. As you can see, good news, there were no metal shavings in the oil filter. Question of the day: what did you think of 2024 Toyota Tundra First Service? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to drive.